What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the final episode of our Big 12 Team Builder off-season. We have 20 custom recruits to talk about here in this episode.
Let's get started. We got Shotgun Smith. We got Lucky Roberts. He came in from Canada, so he's actually from Macon, Georgia. But good cornerback. Brad Coleman. It's kind of a pass-rushing defensive lineman. He's a former track star. I assume shot put, right? I mean, just look at him.
He's a big dude. We got Ryan Scribner, a quarterback from Texas, from Mineral Wells.
Also play a little bit of wide receiver. He's a big-time athlete.
Franklin Frost, a halfback, and I love those dreads.
Yep. Didn't really get backstory for Franklin, but that's okay.
Jason Carter Graham, a middle linebacker also from Texas.
Allen, Texas. He's kind of stocky. He's a stockier, kind of an athletic pass rusher type.
Especially as a freshman. Next up, we got Derek Paul Jackson. We got a double last name. I always liked those prospects.
A Tyreek Hill comp from Rhode Island. So we're going to have to go stretch our recruiting footprint there. Matt the Blimp Hindenburg.
This is an interesting nickname. We got to figure out a little bit more on why he's called the Blimp.
He's a big dude. That's why he's called the Blimp. We have Jojo Tankowski from Shreveport, Louisiana. He's definitely a Shreveport guy. We'll see what he ends up doing. He's a classic metal fan. How about that?
Got it. Metal.
You want to try this one?
Akaji Adebowale.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Running back out of Arizona.
So he's a junior college guy, Yuma Community College. Shane Boots II. I made him a lefty. I was trying to do something interesting. But Manhattan, Kansas, and a 4-time state champ.
All right, and then next up we got Madrix Delgado, a tight end. And dude, this guy, how tall is this guy?
I think he's 6'8". He's a big dude. He's, by way of the Philippines, former basketball player as well. And another tight end, Jaden Genswider.
Another big dude. Look at those arms, man. He is a beast.
He's idolized Tony Gonzalez growing up. Ooh. Traquan Porter. This guy is super fast. All-American speed. He's out of South Dakota.
Super small, too. And then next up, Hank Fa'omona.
So he came from American Samoa. Played high school ball in San Diego. This guy, I love this dude. Timmy Tran. He's a mix of like...
Timmy Chang?
Yeah, there's some Timmy Chang going on there. But, you know, he's like the guy that the entire state of Hawaii loves, like Tua, so that'll be fun. And Marcus Fritz.
Yeah, the brother of Jake Fritz. If you guys remember, that's a throwback name from Kansas A&M. He always shrugged off tacklers.
Yep. We have Raheem Stewart, running back. Kind of a power back, but he is pretty well balanced, so he's out of Austin, 6'1", 205.
Next up, we got Royland Hall, a free safety out of Kansas, and I'm noticing a lot of Kansas.
We got 3 Kansas guys.
Prospects here. Yep. Next up, Adobe Jammer. Now, is this a throwback to Quentin Jammer?
I think they're unrelated, but yeah, he's pretty good.
All right, guys, so that's going to be it for the custom prospects, and now we are going to go ahead and get right into the last episode of our off season. Let's get into the custom schedule reveal. We're going to start with Ardmore, of course. We are going on record. I'm going on record as we're winning the freaking Natty this year, and the trail starts against Washington State, then to Oklahoma in week number 2. BYU, we're hosting UL Monroe against Raman Ramses, a custom rename player, the quarterback.
That'll be fun. Week 6, you're going to open against Odessa State. So we know how much you don't like Odessa State. You're going to get to open against them.
Yep.
And you're going to go at Nebraska State this year.
Yep, but I like our chances because guess what week it is? Number 9.
Week 9, all right. Tough closing stretch against the Big 12 East. Go at Broken Arrow this year. Play ACU at home to cap it off. Let's see who Nebraska State has this year. We are going to kick it off against Ohio. So you guys know we like to play MAC teams. You know, week 1, always kind of marquee matchups, but we always tend to spoil it with a kind of a boring game in Nebraska State. But that's the way of the world. We're going to host Nebraska this year against Graham Keith. So Graham Keith has to come back to our place, his old stomping grounds. Do you guys think we can win this one? We've struggled a bit against Nebraska. Have not been very good. I think we're 1-3.
Well, it depends on what Graham Keith's rating is. I think Graham Keith's going to destroy you guys. They're the number 6 team in the country.
I don't know. Now we're going to go at Iowa State, so that'll be a tough game probably, and then host Toledo. Going to open conference play against Broken Arrow. We draw ACU and Ardmore from the East, and then we close the year at Denver Tech, so that's always a fun one.
ACU actually having another neutral site game. They are one of the media's favorite, I guess you'd say. So college football's favorite school to schedule on neutral site games is pretty much, they think that ACU is pretty much the face of the Big 12. I don't know why. They're just marketable.
Bias. So they're going to play Penn State in New York City. So that's pretty fun. Then they're going to host Kansas, South Alabama, Arkansas State. So they're going to take it pretty easy after that Penn State game. But that's a good game to make a statement. And then Odessa's season is just going to stay hard. I mean, they're going to play, they draw Ardmore and ACU from the East. That's brutal. They draw us from the West, then they host Denver Tech. Man, so tough sledding for the Spartans. You guys think they can win the Big 12 East this year? Is this their year?
I say no.
Okay, we forgot Amarillo last year in our video. We posted a Google photo for you guys to see because my editing, I skipped over them and I failed to include them.
What's wrong? You don't like Amarillo?
I have nothing against
you hating on my armadillos?
It was an honest mistake. I did the same for Midland, I think. Midland was the other team.
Okay. Well.
So they're going to play San Diego State at Middle Tennessee, so a road game against a non-BCSer, host New Mexico, and then host Auburn.
I like it. I like the schedule. I think that they're doing some things a little out of the box, and I think they should get all of these wins. Auburn might be a little sticky. Depends on how good Auburn really is this year. But I mean, take a look at their conference schedule with Shreveport, Camu, Odessa. They've only got 4 ranked opponents with Denver Tech, McAllen, Shreveport, and Midland. It's a pretty favorable schedule, and this is one of the better teams that they've had since year number 1.
I think you're right. They might be a good sleeper pick. So Tim Lester on the hot seat in year number 2. Broken Arrow decided to retain him after firing Orlando in 1 season. So, I mean, but Lester knows he does not have a really long leash, and they're going to open the year against Tennessee. And they're going to get him at home, so they're thinking maybe this might be a turning point kind of game for the program.
That's a pretty ballsy move, I'm not going to lie. Scheduling a number 3 team to come into Broken Arrow, and I mean, here's the thing. I mean, they don't really have anything to lose, right? I mean, Tim Lester, even let's say they lose this game, which they're supposed to lose this game.
Yeah.
They're supposed to lose to Denver Tech.
They should win the next 3,
but
I would hope.
Yeah, I mean, if they go 8-3, that's a turnaround season. So, hey, if they somehow, some way pull off an upset against Tennessee to start the season off, that is a home run for Tim Lester's regime.
Yeah, problem is from the West, they are going to draw Denver Tech, Nebraska State, and Amarillo. So, in addition to the gauntlet that is the Big 12 East, they are going to get all of those teams. That's going to be hard for UVA, I think.
For all you Denver Techies out there, it looks like the number 1 team is going to get a really nice, easy, soft schedule. They got Missouri, Boise, Northwestern, K-State, UVA to open up conference play. Yeah. Looking like it's pretty simplistic this year.
I don't know if easy is the right word. I
mean,
it's
easy.
I mean, all 4 of these games are like trap games. I mean, getting through that 4-0, they should, but so one of these teams is going to pop up and play a good game and give them a challenge.
And plus, you got the quarterback, Andre Brand. I know he's good, but he's no Alex Makovich.
Yeah, I mean, so there's no layups. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like that Notre Dame schedule where it's like everybody they play is at least
competent.
Okay, yeah. So that'll be the challenge for Denver Tech. They're going to get Broken Arrow, McAllen, and ACU. This time they're going to go at ACU. So Denver Tech ACU is usually fun. ACU hasn't had a lot of success against Denver Tech. We'll see if that changes this year. And then they're going to host Midland and Nebraska State this season. So, I mean, they're probably going to win the West again. We'll see, though.
Talk about easy schedule. While up top, Camu has a pretty simplistic schedule here up top, but towards the bottom, it gets ridiculous.
Hold up. Before you get ahead, I mean, Baylor will be tough. They're going to go at Louisiana. That's Denbrock.
Yeah.
Louisiana was a bowl team last
They
year.
got that.
And they have to go to Kinnick Stadium.
Hey, I told everybody that Camu was going to have a Heisman winner with Jake Reyes. Remember that?
I don't know, but
I forgot about it, but you were right.
you were saying Big 12 schedule.
Big 12 schedule is really tough. I mean, the only non-ranked opponent right now is Amarillo and Odessa State, and Amarillo is probably going to get ranked by that point in time. They're probably going to get ranked at that point in time.
Yeah, you could be onto something there. They're going to host Denver Tech. That's the good news.
Oh, I skipped over Nebraska State. You guys aren't ranked either.
Yeah. That's why I let it linger there.
Ooh, Little Rock. Okay, so we're going to get a little LaQuinton Evans action. Throw him right into the fire.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech's pretty good in this game. No Justin Fuente 7-5 type Virginia Tech. This team's 11th in the country.
Their quarterback is John Anderson.
John Anderson. We saw him in the Orange Bowl. So they were ACC champions last year. This will be fun. I mean, they're going to Atlanta to go Blacksburg and Little Rock, and they're going to meet in Atlanta. That should be good.
A little bit of a cushion, right, for a first-year starter in LaQuinton Evans, right? But if he wins this game, that could be the start of something really, really special.
Expectations, yeah. They're going to go through the roof. So they're playing Cincy, Toledo, and Texas Tech. That's a hard non-conference schedule.
Probably Tech. Tech would be the hard one.
Yeah, Midland. They're going to, let's see, they play Uba on the road. Let's see, from the west, so they get Midland, Camu, and Odessa from the west. I always like Odessa Little Rock. That's always a fun game.
Yeah, it is. We remember one of the best games we ever saw.
Yep.
CPU versus CPU.
ACU going to go at Little Rock for the rivalry game. Cushy non-conference for McAllen here. SMU, Kansas, rivalry against Houston, and East Carolina.
That's pretty cushy.
I think they should survive.
Kansas is terrible. SMU, I think that they're pretty bad.
They're okay.
And Houston, not the same Houston with Derek King.
Yeah, Denver Tech, though, they're going to have to open on the road there. And then play Shreveport, Amarillo, and Midland. That's a usual rivalry game. They usually play each other. So I don't know how I feel about this one. I like the non-conference schedule. That should set them up pretty well. It should be 4-0 heading into week 7.
We have another neutral site game as well. We got Midland against Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
A lot of colors going on in that game.
Yeah, and then they have a bye week to recoup, and then they get La Tech, Central Michigan, and Tulane. So they take it kind of easy, kind of taking the ACU approach.
Louisiana Tech's okay. Can't overlook that.
You keep saying that every time we talk about Louisiana Tech.
You keep saying that, and it's bull every time.
They win games.
Yeah, well, we remember Ardmore blew them out.
Yeah. This one's fun. This should be interesting. Midland at Shreveport. So Midland is going to play Shreveport again. I believe Shreveport has beat Midland every time they have squared off against each other, and usually pretty dominating fashion. I don't know why Shreveport has Midland's number, but they just did.
Well, it's kind of like Nebraska State has Midland State's number. It's kind of funny, really, when you think about it. Midland State, this prodigious team of the Big 12, always one of the stock teams of the Big 12. They never seem to beat the smaller guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Little Rock. I love this matchup too. For some reason, I just love this matchup because they don't usually play each other. Pretty cool. Nice little breather there. Week 10. Close out against Amarillo, at Denver Tech this year, and then at McAllen. So I don't know how I feel about this team. Offensive line, I feel like probably is going to be a problem. We'll see how they're going to respond.
They have a ton of weapons at wide receiver this season with Colton Yo, Claude Gray, and the 99 Kent Collins. It's going to be firing on all cylinders, especially with Hudson Brockmeyer going to be opening this offense up.
Odessa State, Braxton Austin Sr. must win type of season, must accomplish good things. That's the goal here.
Interesting. He's going to El Paso week 1.
They play UTEP every year.
Oh.
They alternate every season.
They play every single year, huh?
Yep. Colorado State going at Odessa State. Then they're going to host Virginia.
Ooh.
So Stan Leach is coming back.
With Cartier Thomas.
Cartier Thomas. I don't know if you're still out there.
Yeah, where are you? Are you alive? Speak to us.
But
Your guy's in the game.
The subscriber that submitted him, I haven't heard from him in a long time.
Yeah,
so
it's been a while.
But Thomas is going pretty strong at Virginia. Had a tough year last year, but we'll see how he plays. If he'll play better in this second year of the offense at Virginia. Then they're going to play Western Kentucky. And again, the beginning of the Big 12 schedule for Odessa is Ardmore, ACU, Amarillo, Midland, Nebraska State, Denver Tech, Little Rock, and Camu. I feel like they might have the worst Big 12 schedule out of anybody.
It's really, really tough. Maybe it's really tough because we are already looking at that Odessa State logo and we're saying, ooh, 1-7. How much chance do that they
Dude, where are they going to win?
They have? I don't know.
Ardmore, ACU, Amarillo is good. Midland, I usually take care of Odessa State. I lost to them one season, I think. But then Denver Tech, Little Rock.
I don't know.
How do they win more than 2 conference games?
I have no idea. Shreveport with Perry Ashley at quarterback. He was absolutely god-awful every time that we saw him play. I hope that things are better for him and he's got his mind right for his final season at Shreveport University, because they are going to need him to play at Rasheed Davis levels if they want a chance at repeating the success that they had last year. They lost Rasheed Davis to the draft, Saito Riggins to the draft. They lost some pretty good key players on that offense, and it's a pretty tough schedule, pretty tough go around.
Yeah, pretty regional non-conference slate here. They play UL Monroe, Arkansas State. LSU returns the trip against Shreveport. Last year, Shreveport beat them in Death Valley en route to a 1-11 season, firing Alfred Johansson and then hiring Jay Sims from Cal, formerly offense coordinator at ACU. Rivalry against Southern Miss. So conference schedule, we talked about the Midland game. That should be pretty fun. This year they're going to go at Amarillo, at ACU, host Ardmore, and then host Little Rock to end things. Shreveport, they feel like this could be a repeat of last year. Like they might be able to go 10-3 with a bowl win or something like that. That's their goal. We'll see if they can do it this year.
They will be a fun team to watch simply because of the storylines, and Shreveport always seems to surprise us. Breaking news out of Odessa State. Nate Galveston has transferred. He is going to be a Dust Devil. He felt like he was done a little bit dirty at Amarillo. Of course, Justin Davis is really good.
He is very good. He held him off for one season. He read the tea leaves, got out. The question is, why would he choose Odessa State where he knows that another quarterback battle awaits him? Because there are a lot of jobs open across the country. Why is he at Odessa State where he's going to have to battle with Johnny Johnson Jr., which, frankly, I think he'll probably win because I think he's a better fit for the offense. As we see with his skill set, he had a 99 accuracy.
Yeah.
So in this passing offense, this mid-range passing game, I think Galveston's a great fit.
He is a wonderful fit, and this is exactly what this team was missing, was an accurate quarterback.
Right.
And with Johnny Johnson Jr., maybe he knew that. Maybe he's like, hey, I know through the grapevine that Johnny Johnson Jr. is not a lot of competition. I think I got this.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, he's got a year on him in the system. Well, multiple years, but starting in the system, it's a hard sell, but he has enough confidence that he can win this job.
Like we talked about in a few videos ago, through Twitter, Jameel Carter, the former Camu product, is now a Little Rock Battlehawk. He's joining forces with Jason Wilson, Callahan, Keneal Mason, and LeQuinton Evans. So yet again, Buddy Monroe pulling out all the stops, getting really good offensive business.
Bandwagoner.
Let's take a look at the preseason polls here, fellas. We got Denver Tech up top as the #1 rated team. A+ across the board.
Looks pretty good. Ardmore checks in at 7th. See some blue bloods up here in Nebraska, Penn State, Clemson, Tennessee, Florida. Michigan checks in at 8. Virginia Tech. Oklahoma doesn't have a quarterback, apparently. Their top quarterback, I think, is a 79. I was looking at. Dallas Austin is the lead quarterback for Texas.
Is Texas back?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know the answer to that. Little Rock at 15, ACU 16, Shreve at 18, Midland 19, Callan 21. Paul Johnson and Wake Forest doing pretty well. They're a 1 prestige team.
Man, they must have really shot up the rankings if they're a 1 prestige and they're an 84 right now.
They won a lot of games. They were like 8th in the country last year. Prestige is hurting around the country here. I wonder what's up with that. So down the line there, Amarillo is 30th, Camu 32, Bama out of the top 25. But we'll see if Dabo can turn them back around. Odessa 38th in the country. Gansu's 51.
You guys to get ranked sooner or later.
Okay, we're behind South Alabama and Miami of Ohio. We'll take it. I like being the underdog. USC, probably the best unranked team this year. I'd like to see Louisiana play USC in a football game. That would be fun. Broken Arrow, 73rd. So there's Uba. 97 on offense, though.
Yeah, it's really good on offense, but that defense is an 87. 87's like not very good.
It's not great.
Heisman watch time, guys. Chester Hall for Coach Cust.
Clemson. He had over 2,000 yards rushing last year.
Oh my God.
24, and he did not get the Heisman. They gave it to Makovich. Grayson Stanfield, looking pretty up there.
Dude, 4,400 yards?
Yeah.
I had no idea that he was that great. I knew he was good. I didn't know he was that good, though. 4,400 yards.
Pretty good. Andres Buckley, like we talked about. Buckley is in the mix for the Heisman.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty good, too, right there. Scott Thomas, 1,612. Wonder if they're going to rely on him more, maybe? Not positive. And then Ricky Fontenot, who lost to Nebraska State. 15 picks. But he's a scrambler. So it'll be a fun Heisman race this year. All-Americans here. All NCAA, Grayson Stanfield.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, this is what I really like. How many Big 12 team builder players are on the first team for all NCAA? A lot.
Yeah, mostly offense. Offensive line not getting a lot of love. We got Jonathan Hamilton for Little Rock, Antoine Taylor, Denver Tech, David East, who's like my 3rd cornerback right now. My number 2.
Is the cornerback number 1.
Probably because he had 40 tackles. It's probably a lot for a corner. I don't know, 46. Caleb Davis, Paris Max. Our secondary is getting a lot of attention. Quentin Kleck, 21 of 22 last year. He missed the 1 field goal in the bowl game. I believe it was in the bowl game that he missed. Let's check out the second team. We'll have Kent Collins, Scott Thomas, Buchanan Simmons, and Jason Wilson. So Buchanan Simmons. Expecting big things out of him, out of Broken Arrow. Adonis Caesar. Tyler Dykes.
Ooh, the sophomore.
Wow. Yeah, Davis Bradica, Jason Kelly, and that'll do it there. Let's check out the Big 12 team while we're at it. Familiar names, Eric Buchanan.
Gotta like that. Orlando Goodlove there, left guard. Donna Caesar, there he is. Ian Valentine checking in and making an appearance.
Frank Larson's a big name in this conference. Remember him from recruiting. Childs Harris, top returner right now so far. Doug Flores.
I love all of our players. I'm so
yards.
biased to all of our players. Kyle Wagner, Flores, Simmons, Wilson, Sledge, like a lot of these players that we just know. Camden Tucker.
Matt Taylor. Camden Tucker is a custom guy. Yeah, McKinney was big.
Good tackler.
Yeah. Antonio Hall. Checking in. Wow, he's a 90. So good recruit for Midland. Rico Kobayashi at kicker. RJ James. Let's project ahead a little bit here. We have the 4-year outlook. Let's see where we're at. Denver Tech projected to stay on top here going forward. Ardmore expected to get even better.
Heck yeah, man. We've got staying power. We got to keep up with Denver Tech.
Yeah, ACU, they think next year is the year for ACU.
And then it plummets back down to 18.
Little Rock's got a bright future. I think that maybe when Evans gets older, maybe his senior season if he's still around. Shreveport, they think, might drop back. I think the outlook, though, is pretty good. Amarillo, they like.
They really like Amarillo. Yeah, I think that's got a lot to do with Justin Davis But a lot of these teams have really been staying consistent throughout the 4-year outlook.
Yeah, absolutely. Odessa State's also projected to see a slight little bump there. Nebraska State still plugging along on this rebuild. You see these YouTube series, and usually, the guys, they take a bad team and try to turn them around. This is about the time where they start to get really good. We haven't really changed that much. I think we went from a 72, and now we're at 86. So, but where it goes from here, I have no idea.
Oh!
Broken Arrow, they like, too.
To jump from 73 to 26 and then staying 26, 27.
Pretty good.
Man, yeah, Uba's got a pretty bright future, I guess. I don't see it. So Braxton Austin has a 100% job security. That is interesting. How you go 1-7 in conference play and your job security is 100%. Might have been because of the bowl game that he won.
Yeah, losing record for a team with high expectations, yet he's facing no pressure or scrutiny.
Could be also be, like I said, that momentum he's got a little bit going on here. He gets the quarterback, Nate Galveston.
Have something on the athletic director?
I don't know.
I don't know what something's going on there. Leroy Jackson, all these guys are obviously going to be at 100. You got Meadows, LaDuca rebounding. Kind of saved his job last year.
Yeah, he kicked himself into high gear for sure.
Yep. Jermaine Young ain't going nowhere. Langford, same. Goodman, Brockmeyer, they got a 5-year contract. So
That's pretty funny though. As a 98. 98.
They won't give you the 100.
No. As new coaches, no.
Corey DeLoach listed as safe for now. This team went 8-5 last year.
I'm telling you.
That's a problem.
You can go 52-14 and still be a Jim Harbaugh of the NCAA and not ever really do anything. You can have a good record, but if you're not bringing home the championships and the trophies,
right? Tim Lester, 45. Get to a bowl game this year, man. You're on the hot seat.
All right, guys. Now it is time for our predictions. Who we think is going to end up winning both the Big 12 East and the Big 12 West. And then we'll make our conference championship predictions as well. And now we are asking you guys to do the same thing. So post in the comment section below who you think is going to win the West and the East plus the championship game. How you do that, how you partake in this contest is you're basically just slotting each team into each position. So if I say Ardmore is going to finish in first, Little Rock in second, ACU in third. If that happens at the end of the year and that slot is correct, you get 1 point. And if you guys are in first place, second place, third place, hey, you're going to win a prize.
Ardmore, Little Rock, ACU, Shreve, McAllen, Uba. I'm looking at... I'm going to say Little Rock or Ardmore is my pick.
I am going to say Ardmore.
Okay.
I'm going to say Ardmore wins it again. We're going to the conference title game again. I don't think ACU is the same team anymore. I think that they're kind of a paper tiger now. We have come to see ACU as a really like a gauntlet type of team. And in the last two seasons, not this year including, just the last two, year 5 and year 4. They've kind of fallen off the map just a little bit. And I think we're going to start to see that come to roost full circle in this year 6. And I think that's why the CPU thinks, based on BCS ranking, that ACU is going to finish in third. So I think it's going to go Ardmore, McAllen, ACU, Little Rock, Shreveport, Broken Arrow.
Okay. And in the West... is Denver Tech going to repeat again?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to go on record saying that it will be Midland State. Midland State is going to be the team that... Oh, man.
Midland's my bus team.
How about you make this pick, and I'm just going to stare at this for a second and really like focus on what I want to say. Because this is a crapshoot again. This is a total crapshoot. The only teams I would eliminate right off the bat would be Camu, and I'm sorry, Nebraska State.
No, I would give ourselves a chance. I feel like Odessa is going to be lost with that tough schedule, so I would eliminate Odessa off the bat. and Cam. I would say Amarillo has a pretty good chance. I'll take Amarillo.
See, I want to take Amarillo too. That's going to kind of be my hot take.
Yeah.
With Justin Davis, but
I'm just trying to be different.
Yeah, we'd have to see their roster again.
If you put a gun to my head, I would pick Denver Tech. But I don't have a gun to my head. There's nobody here. There's no hitman.
You're free to do what you want.
There's a hitman. He's coming here at later tonight, but he's not here yet.
This got really dark. This little preview video got really dark, guys. So I don't know. I have my reservations about Andre Brandt. Okay, I just do. I know that Denver Tech is again just going to be a really good team. I want to take Midland State. I think Kent Collins has it going on. I think Claude Gray is really good. Colton Yo is really good. They still got Kyle Wagner back there. Their defense is pretty decent as well. I mean, they're a 90. So I think they have what it takes this season. I think Hudson Brockmeyer is the X factor of this whole ship turning around and saying, we got the fire, we got the will, we got the want. We're gonna beat these guys and we're gonna go. It's gonna be Midland State and Ardmore in the conference title game. And I think Denver Tech's gonna finish in second. I think Amarillo's good, but they'll finish third.
I'm going DELOACH.
I want to do that.
I'm going Amarillo, Little Rock.
I do. Whoa!
Yeah.
That's really crazy. All right, guys, let us know who you have in the comment section below. So that's going to be it for the entirety of the offseason of year number 5. We are now into year 6. This is crazy. We have over 180 videos or something like that for this series. It is quite a bit. So pat your guys' backs. Pat yourself on the back for coming this far and making it this far into the series. We really do appreciate the support. All right, so we are going to be splitting this into 2 parts for week number 1. And what games are we going to be showing?
We'll have Wazoo, Ardmore, Miami, Midland, Tennessee, UBA, Penn State, ACU, Ohio, Nebraska State, Virginia Tech, Little Rock. And if I'm feeling generous, I might throw this game in.
It is the game of the week.
Yeah.
According to NCAA, EA Sports.
I think you got to give it to Penn State, ACU.
You do. I mean, it's the neutral site game. We already know who's going to win that game, right? Denver Tech and Missouri?
I don't know. Oh, wait. We got to do our preview. We forgot our preview.
We haven't done our preview. Okay, all right. Oh, let's go. Who do you think? Ardmore, Washington State.
Ardmore.
Okay, I do too.
Mike Leach is no longer at Wazoo.
I think Grayson Stanfield makes a Heisman statement in this game.
And then this game here, Midland against Miami, is at Jerry World at Cowboy Stadium. So
this right here, for everybody that's really looking forward to Midland State's season, this right here sets the tone. If they lose this game, it sets them back.
Oh yeah,
it sets them back big time. So this is a huge game right off the get-go. But I'm going to take Midland State because I have to stick to my guns.
I'm picking Miami. I think the Brockmeyer thing, I think he will get it going. But I think there's going to be a little turbulence in year 1. I'm looking at 6-6 or 7-5.
Holy crap.
For Midland State. That's my hot take, my prediction. Miami is going to win this one.
Ramen Ramses against Kerry Ashley.
It's going to be a challenge. Ramses is pretty good. He's an 89 overall as a junior. So he's got room to get even better. And I think he's going to do some good things at Monroe this year.
Yeah, Kerry Ashley, I just haven't seen enough of him to think that he's going to turn the corner. I mean, he is progressed and he is a better quarterback now. But hey, I mean, he was a good quarterback back then as far as rating goes, as far as overall rating goes. So how he plays in simulation, I don't know. This Shreveport thing could sink or swim with Kerry Ashley at quarterback. I'm going to stick to Shreveport. I think that A- overall team rating against that C+ is going to be the deciding factor. UBA against Tennessee, the number 3 team in all the nation, played in the Natty last season against Denver Tech, ended up losing. However, they're still a really, really dang good football team with that A- defense. And we already know what to expect with that UBA offense. It's going to be a lot of Lamont Christian sucking and a lot of Ryan Viper III grinding.
They got a new coordinator, though, this year.
They did.
Is that going to be enough? I mean, on paper, UBA actually matches up pretty well here, don't you think?
I hate Uba's offense. I hate it.
I think they could figure this out. I'm going to pick Uba. I'm going to go with a big upset.
I'm going to go with Tennessee. I just think that there's way too much turnover potential for Lamont Christian.
Tennessee, that to me, looking at their ratings, that looks like a legacy ranking to me. All right, Penn State, ACU in New York. So Penn State's is pretty much has the home field here. Do you think ACU, you're talking about them taking a step back, you think they're going to win this one?
I think Orpheus McConnell's pretty good, but I think Penn State's just better.
Oh.
I think Penn State's just better. I'm going with Penn State. I think ACU is going to drop this one. Yeah, Danowski's really dang good. Bonner's really dang good. I think ACU would be smart to start utilizing those running backs a little bit more rather than being too prideful and saying, nope, we're going to stick with our air raid offense. Hey, ACU tends to play in a lot of close games in these neutral site games to start the season off. I think they come out a little flat-footed. I think that there's a reason why Penn State's number 5 in the nation. I'm going Penn State.
I'll take ACU. I'm going to just stick to the Big 12 in these toss-up games, except for Midland. I'll take ACU.
Odessa State and UTEP. This is a game that you said is an annual matchup, and it's, if you guys are following Tom Roden on Twitter and with the Vicente Galarza case, you know that Jimmy Brown, the former backup running back, the 5-star athlete, crashed Vicente Galarza's car near El Paso, near the border, the Mexican border, when Amarillo was also playing UTEP. So we know that there's some bad blood, some weird stuff going on with Odessa State and Brock Musselman and Amarillo. There's a connection there. What do you think is going on here in the extracurricular? Do you think they're scheduling this game?
No, this game was scheduled
years ago.
19 years ago.
Okay, I'm on to Braxton Austin and this Odessa program. I'm just saying, there's a reason why they're scheduling UTEP.
Something's going on.
So, as far as the game goes, who do you like?
I like Odessa State. And it's going to be fun because you're going to see Johnny Johnson and you're going to see Galveston. And whoever plays better, I think you're looking at the starter the following week against Colorado State. So this will be a big factor in determining who is their quarterback moving forward into conference play. If it's going to be Galveston or Johnny Johnson Jr.
Yeah, I think it just depends on who the quarterback's going to be. And I hope that it's Nate Galveston. And that, again, is another weird connection. Why did Nate Galveston go to Odessa from Amarillo? Just more weird stuff going on between Brock Musselman, Amarillo, and this program. I don't know. It's still up for grabs. No conclusion has been made yet. I'm just offering that there's something fishy going on.
Well, Missouri's checking into this one as a B-. So I'm going to take Denver Tech. I think Missouri will probably lose by about 20. What do you got? Odds makers are giving Denver Tech 18.5 on the road.
I'm taking Missouri in that bet. I don't think it's going to be an 18.5 or a 20-point margin of victory. I think Denver Tech's #1 ranking might scare some people, but we have to remember it's Andre Brandt, and he didn't really show me a whole lot with his arm. Not going to have to use his arm, I guess, because they run the football anyway, but
the fact that the spread's 18.5 means that Denver Tech is going to win by 17 or 19. It's just a matter of which one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll take Denver Tech with that.
Could we be looking at a trap game here? Ohio at Nebraska. Ohio, always solid, always pretty decent fundamentally across the board. Nothing ever too flashy. They play okay on defense. We got Bubba Robinson making his first career start. He's seen a little bit of action last year, but this will be his first time starting.
You know, I think this is going to actually be a close game.
Probably.
Yeah, I think the defense is still... You got better defensively, but I still think the defense is got to start learning how to work as a unit. And I think Ohio is going to keep it close. It's going to be a close game. You guys win by a field goal.
It's a good prediction. I'll take Nebraska State.
Va-Tech and Little Rock. We talked about this one just a little bit in the schedule preview. And I'm going to take... I'm going to take Little Rock. I was almost getting ready to go off the edge for Virginia Tech, although I know what their offense looked like when we played them in the Orange Bowl. Things change from year to year, but still a good football team.
Those numbers scare me.
Yeah.
B- ranking on defense for Vatek. I might have trumped them up when I said they're not like a 7-5 team. They might be 7-5 this year. With that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the offense for Little Rock, for sure, with Evans, Mason, Callahan. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Leave a like if you like this thing, and if you are ready for year number 6, let us know in the comment section below. Make your picks for week number 1. Also linked in the Google Forms, so you have a chance to compete for the year-long prize that we will award at the end of the season. We'll see you guys in the next one. As always, peace.